Are you thinking about moving to Dallas, Texas? Well, before you move, there are a few things you need to know because Dallas isn't for everyone. If this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything about Dallas, then make sure to subscribe below, click the bell notification so you're the first to know the market update in Dallas, Texas. My name is Daniel, I'm a realtor and a loan officer, and if you're thinking of moving in a few weeks, a few months, or you're down the line, feel free to call, text, email, whatever you prefer. I'm happy to help you move to Dallas, Texas. So maybe you're thinking of moving to Dallas, and I just want to share with you the good and the bad of Dallas so you're aware before you move. So let's get right to it. Number one, Dallas is huge. Everything here is huge. When we talk about sports, we're crazy about sports. Not all the time are we good, but we're crazy about it. When we talk about food, we get like big portions. When we talk about the city itself, not just Dallas City, but like the whole suburbs, this whole metro place area, we're talking about like Fort Worth as well. It is very big. To get from one place to another, you got to drive over an hour, maybe about like 2 hours or so. It just really depends from where to where. But here in Dallas, we're pretty big. So just to be mindful of that, we're not like a small city. You're coming to a major city. So just be mindful of that. Number two has to do with transportation. Now, the transportation here in Dallas is there are some public transportation, but we're very limited. We got like some trains, some buses, but we're not really a public transportation city just because if you know the city of Dallas is, we got like huge land here in Dallas. And so therefore there's a lot of driving to get from one place to another. You're gonna have to drive. So we're very car dependent. When it comes with people who move here, if you're thinking of trying to go places without a car, then you're gonna have a hard time. So be prepared to drive for some time wherever you go. So always a tip when you move to Dallas is you don't want to live far from your workplace because commute can get really far. And when it comes with rush hour, I-35, 635, toll like DNT, Dallas North Tollway can get really congested during rush hour. So not just these freeways, highways, tolls we're talking about, but also in like the local streets, because Dallas has grown so quickly, so rapidly within the past number of years, and so Dallas wasn't prepared for this growth. And of course we're building more roads, but just be careful or just be cautious of that if you are going to move to Dallas, you're gonna have to drive, which a lot of other cities you do drive, right? But we're not like, for example, in New York or Chicago where you can just take the subway, train, bus, whatever. But we are very car dependent because the land here is so big. Number three is that the cost of living is very, very affordable. This is why a lot of people who move from out of states, especially like the bigger cities such as LA or San Francisco or Chicago, New York, Seattle, wherever, house prices, as you know, are very pricey, and people want to move to Dallas because Dallas isn't a small city, like I said, but it's a really fairly big city. And because it's a big city and so many people are moving here, it has great potential for growth here in Dallas, which we've already seen in the past number of years. And because people are moving, we do know that house prices are going up, but it's still affordable. You can get houses at like the $300,000, $400,000 price point, and that gives you like 2,000 square foot or so. To get that kind of property, you can't get it in like LA or New York or Chicago, and that's why people are moving here. So house prices are very affordable. As you are aware of, I've mentioned many times in my videos that we don't have state income tax, but property taxes are higher in that regards. So, but that's a good thing because here in Dallas, you can buy a house, and that is what makes living affordable for most part of families. Of course, you got like food and gas and all that, but those are all minor. Those don't cost a lot of money in comparison to housing, and that is why it is affordable here in Dallas because you can purchase a home. Next, we talk about neighborhoods because neighborhoods, it varies from each person. So when it comes with like young professionals would like to live in like Uptown or Deep Ellum, kind of where it's more busy, like the downtown Dallas area. That's kind of where it has more of like the nightlife, the entertainment. And so young professionals would prefer to live in those areas. People with families, people with kids, go to good school districts would probably prefer to live in cities such as like Plano or Frisco or McKinney, Allen, Flower Mound, Capel. There's a lot of other cities or a lot of suburbs cities as well. A lot of cities here in Dallas for families. When we talk about, let's say for example, luxury lifestyle, then we're talking about like Highland Park or University Park. So we got a number of places for people who want that kind of lifestyle. So when it comes with these neighborhoods, we got like all these other areas. Also, when we comes with like kind of on like the lower end suburbs, then you can go to like Mesquite or Garland. Those kinds of cities will get you a lower price point. So you have a lot of options if you want to come to Dallas. So that's the good thing about Dallas. Another important thing is the weather here, because summers are brutal. At least for me, I don't like the summer because it's really hot. People have asked me, is it more dry or humid? It is more dry than humid. When we talk about Houston, we're talking about humid over there. But here in Dallas, we're more on the dry side. When we talk about the winters, it's cold, and I don't like that either. I like just perfect weather. I just love perfect sun, right? That's kind of like what I really like. But anyways, some people love all 4 seasons. And so when it comes to the winter season, people are going to love that because you get the cold. Here in Dallas, we do have like snowstorms, ice storms, whatever you want to call them, where the city will kind of shut down for a day or two because the roads are very icy. So we do have that. We do have very unpredictable weather here in Dallas. So that's kind of the downside of Dallas. But people who love the 4 seasons will love Dallas. Another thing to mention is that when it comes with HOA communities are everywhere, especially when it comes with newer homes, because newer houses, they're gonna have HOA costs. Unfortunately, that's the case here in Dallas. So the older the home, the less HOA, or even maybe no HOA, but a lot of these communities, they do have HOA. So then when you do have HOA, unfortunately, you gotta abide by the HOA rules, such as trash can. If you have the trash bin outside and you don't take it back to its original destination or inside your house, you're gonna have to put that back in a certain time. If not, the HOA can get to you. Or let's say, for example, your lawn, your front yard isn't mowed, you didn't mow your front lawn and it's growing, then HOA can get to you. So unfortunately, we do have that here for the most part, but not all houses have HOA, but a lot of houses do have HOA here in Dallas. Here in Dallas, you're also going to see a lot of these houses have foundation issues. Not more than half though, but you are going to see a handful of houses when you go see properties that you're going to see, okay, this house has foundation issues, this house doesn't. And the reason is because here in Dallas, we're so hot in the summer, and so that dry season is going to really get to your foundation if you don't water your lawn. So unfortunately, a lot of the houses do have foundation issues, but you can definitely find a house without foundation issues. And when you do move in, my caution is always to don't forget to water your lawn, because if you do, then you can have foundation issues moving forward. The next has to do with the job market. The job market here is booming. We got, as you know, like AT&T, Southwest Airlines, we got Toyota, we got a lot of these big major companies here in Dallas. And one of the reasons is because here we don't pay state income tax. So these businesses are like, man, I love that. And that's why they move here to Dallas. And so if you're a young professional and you want to kind of grow your career and go into that corporate ladder, then Dallas is a great area. If you've been to like LA, you've been to New York, Chicago, and you just want like a fresh start, then Dallas is a great city for people who want to kind of build that career. So the job market here is booming. We got a lot of opportunities for people. A lot of people who are moving from out of state are moving because their company is relocating, so they really don't have a choice. And then they move out here, and a lot of them say, oh, I love Dallas, it's a great city. Of course, there are those few who are like, man, I just don't love Dallas, it's a very difficult city for me to live in. But because of their company having to relocate to Dallas, that's where they're moving. So that just shows us that because a lot of companies are out here, the job market is booming here in Dallas. Another thing that when you move to Dallas, you're gonna wanna have to get are toll tags. Now, a toll tag is basically permission to drive on the toll, which with a toll tag, you get a cheaper rate, but you can still drive on toll, but it's gonna cost you more money. And so if you're always driving on the tolls because you got to go to work or because it's always just an access to get somewhere, then you have really no choice but to get a toll tag. Of course, you can take the service road, which is a road right next to the toll, and you have to, every exit, you have to obviously hit like a signal light, and that's kind of what those service roads are like. So if you don't want to pay for tolls, then you can get that. But while you live here, you're gonna get kind of comfortable with tolls because it's just so convenient. So almost everyone here has a toll tag. And last but not least, one of the number one reasons why I love Dallas is because of the great schools. Schools here are A plus districts. And so I really love the schools here. When we talk about like high school, talking about like Allen High School, Flowermont High School, high schools in Frisco like Liberty or Independence, talk about like high schools in Plano, those different high schools that you have in Plano. You also have like Capel. You have a lot of these other high schools that are really ranked really high, and families just love Dallas because of the school. So a lot of people move here because their jobs are relocating, but a lot of people also move here because of the school districts. And so this is one of the reasons why I think Dallas is a great city for families to live in. So now you can move to Dallas because you know everything. Okay, maybe not everything, but a lot of things about Dallas. And if you're thinking of moving in a few weeks, a few months, a year down the line, feel free to call, text, email, whatever you prefer. I'm happy to help you move to Dallas, Texas. And if you like this video, make sure to click that like button. If you haven't done so, make sure to subscribe below. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.